Hi everyone, this is my new lesson, words to use instead of very. We all use the word very often. It's used to emphasize something like an emotion, quantity or quality. But using very too often becomes monotonous and boring. It makes the speaker or writer appear uncreative or lazy. This is the English language. If we can make use of over 1,000,000 beautiful words, then why use very? So through this lesson, we will learn substitutes for the word very and also add more words to our vocabulary collection. This lesson is brought to you by me, Abhija Patil. You can follow me on Unacademy. This is my user link. If you like this course, please rate, review, recommend and share. And if you have any feedback, suggestions or queries, please drop them in the comment section. So let's get started. Our first word is very afraid. What we can use instead is terrified, which means frightening or filled with terror. We use very afraid too often. We say, I'm very afraid of lizards or I'm very afraid of ghosts. However, we can use terrified. You can say, I'm terrified of ghosts or I'm terrified of lizards. The synonyms of terrified are menace or intimidate. You can see over here, this boy seems terrified. Maybe his parents have found his hidden report card or maybe he's seen his enemies. So for very afraid, you can use terrified. Our next word is very angry. What we can use instead is furious, which means violent or filled with anger. The synonym for furious is raging. To use it in a sentence, you can say, I was furious at my sister for wearing my clothes, or I was furious at my brother for not cleaning his mess. You can see this man is furious and yelling at someone. The next word is very bad. Its substitute is atrocious, which means inferior or unpleasant. The synonym for atrocious is abominable. To use atrocious in a sentence, you can say, her behavior at the wedding was atrocious, or the way she acted at the wedding was atrocious. You can see over here this little girl, she is throwing tantrums and she is yelling. So you can say her behavior is atrocious. The next word is very beautiful, which can be substituted by exquisite. This means very fine or pleasing. The synonyms of exquisite are exceptional or attractive. I have given the image of Milky Way galaxy, which is exquisite. To use this in a sentence, you can say, the paintings or the painting exhibition put up by my friend was exquisite. Our next word is very big, or what we should be rather using is enormous. It means exceeding common size, and the synonyms are massive or huge. So you can say, your work or your efforts will make a massive difference in your life ahead, or will make an enormous difference in your journey ahead. The next word is very bright. Now we have a tendency to associate the words like bright and shine automatically with the sun. This is why I have given the picture of our sun over here. So very bright can be substituted by dazzling, which means shining intensely. The synonym for dazzling is astounding. For using dazzling in a sentence, you can say, the sun dazzled through the sky. Our next word is very clean, which should be substituted by spotless. The synonym for spotless is immaculate, which means exceptionally clean. You often might have heard your mother saying, I need the room spotless by the time I come home, right? So you can substitute spotless instead of very clean. You can see how hard this man is working, sweeping the room and keeping it clean. Our next word is very clever. Its substitute is brilliant, which means highly intelligent. You can say, this is the brilliant girl from her class who always stands first. Or this is the brilliant sports person who's always winning all races. The synonyms are ingenious. Please do not confuse ingenious with, do not think that ingenious is the opposite of genius. Even though there's an in over here, ingenious and genius mean the same as brilliant. The next word is very cold. What we should be using instead is freezing. It means ice cold. I've given the picture of snow to represent ice cold. The synonym for freezing is frosty. So whenever you say I'm feeling very cold, you can use I'm freezing or it's freezing outside. The next word is very confused. What we should be using instead is perplexed, which means to be puzzled. Over here you can see this woman is perplexed or she's confused. She doesn't know what's going on. So perplexed can be used as for very confused. The synonyms are baffled or vexed. So you can say the complicated calculations perplexed me or this complicated sum baffled or vexed me. The next word is very dirty. It should be substituted by squalid or its synonym filthy. Both of these words mean extremely unpleasant. Now, as the word is very dirty, I've given the picture of garbage. So squalid means filthy or very dirty. So you can say the squalid room or the squalid or the filthy room. The next word is very dry. What we should be using instead is parched, which means to be dry to an extremity or to be very thirsty. The synonym is arid. Over here you can see this land, it's parched. It is dry because it has no water, no moisture, and cracks have developed in the land. So next time you want to say, in the context of being thirsty, you can say, can you give me a glass of water? I'm parched, instead of this. The next word is very exciting. What we can use instead is exhilarating, which means to be thrilled. The synonym is enlivening. So now the DC Justice League movie is coming up. So to use exhilarating in this sense, we can say, I'm exhilarated to watch the DC Justice League movie. You can imagine this is me because that's how excited I am to watch that movie. The next word is very evil. Its substitute should be wicked, which means intending to harm. Over here I've given the image of the Halloween pumpkin, which seems malevolent and evil. The synonym is malicious for wicked. So instead of saying the very evil witch, we say the wicked witch. We've come across these words so many times, the wicked witch. The next word is very fancy. What we should use instead is lavish or its synonym extravagant, which means luxurious. So you can say when I was in Switzerland, we were staying at a lavish or an extravagant resort. The next word is very friendly. Its substitute is amiable, which means likable. The synonym is amicable. So for using amiable in a sentence, you can say dogs are amiable animals because they are very friendly and they love being around people. So dogs are amiable animals. Our next word is very glad, which should be substituted by overjoyed. It means to be very happy. The synonyms for overjoyed are euphoric or delighted. To use overjoyed in a sentence, you can say, I was overjoyed to see my mother at my graduation, or I was overjoyed to meet my best friend after 2 years. The next word is very hungry. What you can use instead is famished, which means starving. A synonym for famished is ravenous. You can see this yummy dish, and of course, looking at this dish, anybody would be starving or famished. Our next word is very huge. It should be substituted by colossal, which means on a large scale. The synonym is massive. So you can say you will make your contributions will make a massive difference or a colossal difference towards a better community. Our next word is very interesting. Its substitute is fascinating, which means very gripping or attractive. The synonym for fascinating is spellbinding. You can say Game of Thrones is fascinating or spellbinding because the characters are played so well and it's such a thought out show. It's fascinating. Our next word is very important. It should be substituted by paramount, which means of great significance. The synonym for paramount is crucial or indispensable. So for using it in a sentence, you can say time is paramount or time is indispensable. Our last word for this lesson is very kind. What we can use instead is compassionate, which means to be concerned about others. In our previous lessons, we have come across another word which means to be selflessly concerned about the welfare of others. Can you tell me what word that was? If you know the word, please leave it in the comment section. Coming back, compassionate. The synonym for compassionate will be benevolent. Over here you can see this baby is playing with her pet dog. You can see she is caressing him and taking care of him. So, very kind should be replaced by compassionate. Okay then, we come to the end of our lesson. Stay tuned for more. Bye.